and good morning to all of my Australian subscribers, and good evening to all of my United States peeps. So I have a new video for you today for Cut to You Cut Shop. I'm going to be using these adorable donuts. You can see what I did with that one there. I'm going to go ahead and do similar things with a couple of the other donuts. So I broke this cut file apart. It comes with two different designs of donuts and a title piece. So I copied and pasted and separated out the donuts so that I could make 3 donuts. And then also I have the title piece. So for the donuts that I'm going to show you today, I'm going to be using some Mermaid Lagoon Distress Oxide ink and my Life Changing brushes. I'm going to go ahead and color them up, this part of them. So you can see that one up in the upper left hand corner. That was like a labor of love. That donut took so long because I did the sprinkles and I just, oh wow, that was, this whole Tea Traveler's Notebook layout, I must admit, is labor intensive. So yeah, there's that. Now I'm using glossy accents so I can stick my donut to this glittery paper from close to my heart. This is just white glitter paper. And remember, I'm doing 2 of these. I'm going to do these cut files back to back so that both sides of the donuts are decorated, because I'm going to be working in my pocket page notebook from the Stamp Spot, and I'm going to be making a donut shaker pocket. That's right, a donut shaker pocket. I left a lot of this video being just how I went about altering and putting the donuts and the cut files together, and then the actual, to see how everything kind of came together and looks. You can see the videos at the end or head over to the blog post, because I didn't want to make this video crazy long. Alright, for my scrapbooking products, I'm going to be using products from Pretty Little Studio. Not too many, because again, we're working we're scrapping a small area, our little pocket page notebook, and I have all these beautiful donuts that I just spent a ton of time making. So I set the donuts aside because I had also made a set in pink that is glossy accented. So everything needed time to dry. So I'm just going to move everything. I put everything off to the side so all the glossy accents could dry, and now I'm going to work with my photos and my papers and get this side of my spread done. So this donut paper is from Pretty Little Studio's The Sweetest Life collection. In fact, I think all the papers I use are from The Sweetest Life. Maybe Tales and Dreams. That's another one that I think I pulled from. And I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to right now just trim. Oh my word, I forgot the word trim or crop my photo down. And I'm going to back them up with just a colorful background, just to make them kind of pop off of the donuts pattern paper. So these are photos of my son and my nephews. Usually during the summer months, we have at least one, if not multiple, sleepovers at Aunt Sarah's house. And if there is a sleepover at my house, they kind of expect that they will get donuts for breakfast the next morning. And this is just kind of a little tradition thing we do in the summer. I've done it since they were quite, since they were old enough to come and spend the night, basically. So I am documenting that little bit of a summer tradition. Actually, I don't even know if it's a summer tradition, because usually if they spend the night, they have a day or 2 off school and they come to my house to spend the night, they get donuts too. But anyway, it definitely happens more in the summer though. So I have my 2 photos, one of the donuts and one of my son Logan and his cousins Ethan and Julian, and they're all biting into lovely donuts. I'm going to go ahead and put my photos down, and then I'm going to work on some of these labels. So these again are from Pretty Little Studio. I picked out 3 kind of blue labels. I'm going to do all of my journaling on these 3 labels, and then I'm going to fussy cut them out and attach them to that side of the page. And that's going to totally, that'll be the end of that page, or the finishing of that page. It doesn't need any more embellishments because donut shakers, right? And we're good. All right, so yeah, I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to adhere those labels down. I have them coming kind of off the edge, start the journaling up at the top, and I let them overlap the photos a bit. I didn't think that there wasn't, other than like their faces, but I could definitely like get rid of some of those donuts, cover them up. I could definitely cover up my tablecloth in that photo. Although honestly, when I snapped this photo, the tablecloth that they were eating on actually matches my pattern paper, like the colors do. It was like a gingham or plaid pattern, but anyway, moving on then. You can see I have dug into my bowl of sequins and I've pulled out an older mix. This one would not be available in Spiegel Mom Scraps store anymore. It's called Easter Basket, but it's a few years old. And there was just enough left in that package of sequins that I could use. They were just the right color, and I could finish using them up, and they would be done. So I emptied a package of sequins. Whoop whoop. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use my Thermowed purple tape, this is the thin tape, which I think is 1/2 inch, I believe. I'm going to mask off. This is the title piece that comes with that cut file kit. The cut file collection comes with 2 donuts and the title piece. I'm going to mask off the title piece because I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to ink this particular piece. This is kind of why, well, no, this is why I go ahead and almost exclusively print cut files on white cardstock. Because I can cut them ahead of time, and no matter what I decide to do with them, I can ink them. I can ink them in whatever color I want. So, yeah, that's my jam. So I'm masking off the bottom portion here, and then I'm going to mask off the top portion, and I'm going to have the UR in Picked Raspberry, and then the bottom in Mermaid Lagoon. So I used 4 different oxide ink colors on just about every one of these. And yes, when you look at that sprinkle donut, I ink blended each of the little sprinkle pieces a different color. I'm telling you. That one donut was like the biggest labor of love. And I didn't want this video to become like ridiculously long, so I had to kind of do some, how do I put this, like, editing, I don't know, I had to edit a lot, right? Okay, so I'm using my life-changing brushes. I grabbed some Post-it tape so I don't smudge the ink or get a ton of ink on my fingers and then turn around and put the ink on different parts of the cut file that I don't want it to go on. And I am using Mermaid Lagoon. Now I have grabbed, so I went ahead and I grabbed a pattern paper that I liked, and I'm going to back the part of the donut that's the icing with the pattern paper. And now I am being so very careful with my life-changing brushes. This, I will say, is the first time with my Picket Fence life-changing brushes that I do regret not getting the teeny tiny little brushes, because for this particular ink blending project, the teeny tiny little brushes would have been definitely would have been a better option. But I didn't do too bad. I was just super careful. And I did brown because donuts are brown. They just are. That's what color donuts are. So the 4 colors you're going to see that I used for all of this ink blending is Picked Raspberry, Mermaid Lagoon, Vintage Photo, and then there is some yellow on that one confetti donut, and that's Fossilized Amber. But for the most part, it's just those 3 colors. So I'm going to ink blend the inside of my donut. I'm going to put it in the middle of my donut cut file, and then I'm going to go off camera because off to the right is a self-healing mat that I can pop that on, and I used an X-Acto knife to get the middles out of all of my donuts. That just seemed to be what worked the very, very best, was the X-Acto knife. So now I'm going to pull down the rest of my donuts, and you'll see them here, the rest of the altered donuts. And you can also see that I have my Fuels tool off to the side, ready to fill my shaker pocket, which I ended up doing off camera. So I put all the donuts in the middle after they had dried, because the glossy accents took quite a while to dry. The glossy accents took quite a while to dry. And yeah, you'll see the close-ups right now. I hope that you've enjoyed this little process on how to really alter up some beautiful cut files. Be sure to head over to the blog. You can see more close-ups without them kind of streaming up and stuff. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you all again soon. Bye.